And good morning, everybody. It's Freaky Friday. That's what I named this morning. Freaky Friday. We made it to Friday. Woohoo! How's everybody feeling? How's your body feeling? I feel pretty good. How about you? You've had a long week of work.
Tired.
Yeah. It's funny. I'm feeling okay, but I do feel like my body's been working, which is great. I've been also walking the dog during the day, and we went for a pretty big walk yesterday, and it was snowy. It's amazing how much, it was like this much snow. So much tougher walking in that little bit of snow, but we had a blast. Check out my Facebook story page for I made a little video of Bugsy in the snow. She had a blast yesterday. Hope everybody's doing well this Friday. And I hope you're choosing happiness. You know, you can't find happiness unless you have happiness to start with. Did you know that? Once you have happiness, then you will attract more of it. So we're looking for that today. So today we're going to do a little bit of a warm-up. I'm wearing my new pants today. I don't know if you can see, but they're cheetah print, I guess you'd call it. These are going to be showcased today on Fashion Friday. So for those of you who are interested in the link to Fashion Friday, it starts at 1 o'clock. They drop the new clothing. They have new tops, really bright colors coming out. So they have some new tops coming out and some new colors in this particular workout pant. But these are very compression fit. They have some really cool colors, which is nice, and you can mix and match them with a lot of the other savvy items that are on the way to me. I think I have a problem.
Today I'm featuring jiu-jitsu pants,
and
which they've actually worn through. They've got double layers on these, and I actually wore through.
No kidding.
I've only worn these things like every day for the last 6 years.
Yeah.
And I finally started to wear through.
Those things are really... I'm telling you,
pretty amazing.
They are. You wear them a lot, like just as regular pants too.
Well, at home.
In the airport, you wore them.
Oh, I did wear. Yeah, they're very comfy on the airplane.
You know what I mean? Because you can do
10-hour. Yeah.
And then in case you have to do some jujitsu stuff while you're in flight or at the airport, you get your pants on. as opposed to not having your pants on.
In case the flight attendant gets a little rowdy, you got it.
All right, everybody. So happy to have you here with us this morning for this Friday morning workout. So we're going to get going with a warm-up. And
yes.
RKC certified kettlebell trainer David Hills is here with us in our studio today because he lives here. So, and our studio is actually our living room. See how that all works.
Perfect. All right. Let's get moving, shall we? One more adjustment, then we'll get moving. All right.
Doing some of our regular hops. Oh, Lexi's going to join us. She's got her toy. Lexi.
Is that the one from Heathrow?
Yeah. We went to, we traveled home from the UK in the beginning of June. COVID was really in full swing, and we were in London at Heathrow Airport, dead, so dead there. Nobody was in that airport.
It was a zombie apocalypse.
Really weird. And we were on the train to go to one part of the airport to another, and we get off the indoor train thing, and literally nobody but us are on that train. It was weird. And I looked down, and there was this stuffed animal. It was almost as if a child had run off quickly and left her stuffed animal behind, and it was so sad looking. So I picked it up, and when we got to our gate, I tried to look around to see if there was any kids there that might have dropped it. Of course, it was a huge airport, so, but you never know. But it was funny, too, because it was right at the beginning of COVID was in full swing, and people were so afraid to talk to each other. Like, I'd go up to a parent. I had my mask on, and the people are like, you know, nobody was talking to each other. We couldn't even look at each other. It was really, really just an odd experience during that time, especially in such a huge airport. Really, really strange. But it was nice in the fact that we could get from A to B without having to deal with a lot of other people. So as you can see, as we're talking, we're doing some warm-ups, we're doing some shoulder rolls. You know, I've been doing some shoulder work this week in my yoga class. So I teach yoga on Thursdays and Saturdays, trauma release yoga. And we've been working on shoulders. And boy, what a difference it is when you actually do the work and you do the stretches in terms of mobility. And I've only been doing them specifically, the specific shoulder routine, just maybe 3 days. And it's made a huge difference in how especially my left shoulder, I have a little bit of stiffness in my left shoulder. I think because I primarily sleep on one side. So just getting some mobility here, getting our joints warmed up, getting ready for our fantastic workout. I'm hoping to get outside again today. But we're getting some weather here in the upper northeast corner of the United States, some rain and snow. So we'll see if we can get outside with Bugaboo. We're fortunate to live in a place where we have this beautiful river quite close to us. It's within 5-minute drive. We're out in the country. It's a beautiful, beautiful state to be in the summer or the winter. And I'm literally able to drive 5 minutes and have this wonderful walking path to keep Bugsy on and to get some cardio and just be outside in nature as well. It's sort of a double whammy. As you can see, we're just doing some warm-ups here. If you have your coffee, you're sitting down, put your coffee down. It's time to get up. It's time to warm up. Get our bodies going for our day. You won't regret it. I've never regretted any of the workouts I've ever done in my entire life. Sometimes it's hard, but you choose your hard. You either do the hard now or do the hard later when you're sick and you can't move and you need someone to take care of you. You know, that's even harder. So you want to pick your hard. It's hard either way. Some days are harder than others. But we choose to make them easier. So I'm going to see if anybody's on with us. It's a quiet day today. I'm not doing this is a top as well that we'll be showcasing today. Now they have the same print for this top as my pants, but I got the black. But the straps are really cool in the back. I can't see them, but and you can mix and match any top with these. But I really am digging these. Laura, hey Laura, how's it going? Isn't it great to see Levi play hockey? So Laura is Levi's grandfather's wife, so Levi's grandmother on his dad's side.
Oh, okay.
And she comes to the games all the time, and love you so much. And we've been chatting a little bit on Facebook. Cool. But she's great. She's a great, wonderful person. Dan's a great guy, and just always love seeing them at the game. That's the only time I ever see them, at the hockey games. Got to see Levi play the other night, and so I've got some great pictures of him as well that the newspaper took.
You got a couple of assists, right?
Yeah, I don't know what because we ended up getting knocked off the Zoom call. So I didn't see if he got any other goals, or if you watched the whole thing. But the newspaper did get a bunch of really cool photos of him. So I'm thinking of getting this. Anyway, good to have you with us, Laura. Let's get working out.
All right, let's put the kettlebell between our feet. Sit back, seat the shoulders, drive into the heels, and pick it up. Push the hips forward. Let's do a couple of squats. Try not to let your knees come forward. Make your hips go back instead. Change the axis of rotation that's necessary for you to drop down. It rotates at the hip. Nice. Take your kettlebell, swing it to the rack position.
digging in with your toes, getting nice and grounded, and also I've got my core tightened up.
Change hands.
And don't forget to breathe. So I'm listening to an Audible book called Breathe. Super interesting. I'll see if I can post it on my Facebook today. I did the other day.
And alternating single arm swing.
But I think what's super interesting about it is we don't realize how much correct breathing affects our entire health, like ridiculously. Like just as much as drinking water or eating food, or it's amazing how it affects us negatively if you're not breathing correctly.
And bring it to the rack. And press overhead. Swing. Change hands. And set it down.
Woo. Yes. Water. Don't forget to say hi to me, folks.
Right. Come on down to the floor. Down to one knee. You don't need the kettlebell yet. Now, I want you to look at this position. Elbow to knee. Make a straight line from your pinky to your heel. Now, take the other hand, put it on top. Push down on your hand with this hand. If this happens, it's not lined up. Tighten the muscles up. Make it so that when you push down on your hand, it comes out your heel.
I feel it.
Okay, this is important. If you now kick it over a little bit, push down on your hand. Where does it come out? Comes out your elbow and moves your knee over. If you kick it the other way and push down, it pushes the other way. The only way this is going to work is if you tighten the muscles up such that the weight from pressing down on your hand comes out your heel.
So when you're talking about tightening the muscles up, it's the leg muscles?
Correct.
Okay.
Your core, your shoulder, your leg, all have to be tight. Grip with your toes. Solidify the musculature. Solidify everything. Then push down on your hand and you'll feel it come out your heel. If you loosen it all up, it's going to move all around. Tighten it up. Now, take your kettlebell. Bring it to the rack position. Place your elbow on your knee. Feel the weight of the kettlebell come out your heel. This is plumb. If it is not plumb, if you kick it over a little bit, now you don't feel it coming out correctly. You feel it pushing your knee off to the side, and you have to use your muscles of your arm to hold it up. If it's plumb, it requires very little energy because the energy of the kettlebell is coming out your heel. As long as whatever is coming out your heel, you don't have to hold up.
Wow, that makes a big difference.
Yep. Now,
I can feel it.
come up to a Kneeling position. Now, where is the energy coming out now?
Well, I feel it in my knee.
Correct. In your back leg.
Yeah.
Bring it back to your front leg. Feel it?
Yep.
Bring it back to your back leg. The only way you can do this is if you keep your elbow in. If you tilt the elbow to the side, if you tilt the arm to the side, all of a sudden, some of it comes out your knee, but now you feel it up in your shoulder. Keep it plumb. Now, use the other hand under your elbow if you like. Press the kettlebell overhead. Feel the weight of the kettlebell coming out that back knee.
Yeah, I do.
Now, look up at the weight. Kick your hip over until your hand touches the ground. Now, the weight of the kettlebell is coming out your hand, one on the bottom. If it's not, then you're not over the top of it. Now, tighten your core, drive to the ceiling. The weight's in your knee. Kick the hip across, set it down. Now the weight comes out your hand. Again, rise. 2. Kick the hip over. Feel it come out the hand. Drive the hip across. Feel it come out the knee. 1 more now. Kick the hip over. Let the weight come out your hand. Drive to the ceiling. Let the weight come out your knee. Bring it in. Set it down.
Definitely had the wrong weight to start out with.
Did I have the smaller weight?
I did.
Oh, gotcha. Change to the other
I
leg.
was using the big one. I wasn't sure what we were doing.
Now, let's find it again. Set your elbow on your knee. Use the other hand and push down. Is it stable? Is the weight coming out your knee? If it's not stable, tighten the muscles up some more. If it's not coming out your knee, fix the alignment. Now grab the kettlebell. Use 2 hands to curl it. Set your elbow on your knee. Tighten the musculature. Feel it come out your foot. Feel what happens if you move something out of place. Solidify it, tighten it up. Stand. Now it's on the back knee. Put the hand under the elbow, press to the sky. Now, feel it on that back knee. Look up, kick the hip over, place the hand on the floor, and let the weight of the kettlebell come out your hand. It's only going to happen if you're properly lined up. Drive to the ceiling. That's 1. Kick the hip over. Feel the weight come out of your hand. Drive to the ceiling. Shifting it to the back knee. To the hand. To the knee. Arm holding the kettlebell is straight the whole time. Kick the hip across, place the hand. Bring it back into the knee. And the elbow, bring it in. 2 hands to set it down. Now, what we were just demonstrating there is how to stack the body properly so that the weight of the kettlebell transfers through the skeleton into the floor. It's like a building. It has a substructure, big steel girders. That's what carries the weight of the building. If the building was tilted sideways like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, all the weight of the building is no longer lined up on the substructure properly, and it will fall. Leaning Tower of Pisa will fall. Okay. On your feet. Reach down and grab the bell.
Am I gonna need my bigger one?
Now keep the smaller one.
Okay.
Grab the bell, swing it to the rack. Turn your feet 45 degrees. Actually, bring your feet back to the front. Press the bell. Turn your feet 45. Now, where's the weight of the kettlebell right now?
On my left heel.
Yep, largely on your left foot, somewhat on your right. Now, hand on the inside of the thigh. You're going to look up. You're going to kick your hip across. You're going to go down until your elbow is on your knee. And I want you to feel some of the weight of this kettlebell going out your front foot as it travels through your elbow down to your heel. It comes back across. 1. 2. Now, if you like, you can bring your hand all the way to the floor. Let the weight of the kettlebell come all the way through to the hand. Last one. Turn your feet to the front. Change hands. Press it overhead. Turn your feet 45 degrees away. Hand on the inside of the thigh, look up. Kick the hip across until the elbow reaches the knee. Feel the weight through to the ground. It comes back. 1. Hip across. 2. Keep going to the knee or to the floor if you like. 3. Take a moment each time and feel the transfer of weight. And then set it down. A lot of this stuff, a lot of kettlebell work, to do it right, is a matter of shifting the weight from one skeletal structure arrangement to the next skeletal structure arrangement that allows for the transfer of forces from the bell to the floor.
What? What are you crying about? Huh?
Okay. Okay.
You know what she wants this morning. Okay, I just want
Okay.
to with us because we have some people joining us. And so nice to see you guys this morning.
Diane.
How are you doing?
Julio.
Sending love and joy.
Hope you guys have your kettlebell.
Healing energies. Oops. Well, lay down, Bugsy.
Okay, so we do some heavy swings?
Sure.
All right, get your heavy bell.
We haven't done heavy swings in a while.
How many should we do?
Oh, I don't know.
Let's go for 80.
Holy smokes.
Here we go. Feet on either side. Hold at the hips. Seat the shoulders, tighten the core. And here we go. 1. 10. 20. 30. 40. 50.
Good. I go down.
60. 70.
'Good job.
Nice.
I had to go down and wait. I was losing grip. My hands were sweating
Yep.
big time.
Yeah. Heavy swings are the way to determine what needs the most work. Because whatever is the weakest link in your chain is what's going to fail. Might be some people, it's their legs, their breath, grip, just your will, anything.
It could be a combination.
It could.
Um,
But whatever fails, that's what got the most work that time.
and it could be also depending on where you're at. Like today's Friday. It's been a long week of pretty good workouts. I've been doing yoga and some extra stuff. I'm not making an excuse, but what I'm saying is normally I could probably push through that. Today, it just wasn't there. So I did 80, but I went down a little bit in weight. But the cool part was that I could still feel the muscles working. So even if you have to back off a little bit, you're still working. You're still, and then next time you can just go for 80. We haven't done the heavy in a little bit of time, so I felt I was losing grip on my hands my hands were sweating.
Yeah. Well,
How heavy is that kettlebell?
44 pounds.
Yeah, it was a 44-pound kettlebell, so I didn't want to.
There's a lot to learn here. Really, I mean, kettlebell training is really, it's more like kinesiological training. The kettlebell is just the tool that we use to practice and understand the functions, the kinesiology, movement patterns of our body. The kettlebell is just the tool we use. Doesn't matter whether you're picking up a dog, hello dog, or groceries or a kettlebell, doesn't matter.
Well, it works the same way.
Could be picking up your butt.
Yeah. Hey, I hope everybody has a great weekend with the Super Bowl coming up finally on Sunday.
Yeah, for real
We
this time.
tried watching it last week, but I don't know, the players didn't cooperate. They didn't get on the field, so. But we will watch it this
I'm going
weekend.
to take a week break.
But most of all, make sure that you're enjoying whatever you're doing, whether it's you're working or playing or whatever the case
It's a
may
great
be.
thing.
You do want to make sure that you're enjoying your life. I mean, that's what it's really all about, right? Enjoy it now.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Feel it now, and then when you get to the point where you want to get to, where you get that thing that you want, you're going to be able to feel that happiness and joy.
Tell you what, it's a Gracie thing. There's no better thing for jiu-jitsu than kettlebell. It's like this. Everything you do, every kettlebell swing you do is about forward drive of the hip. Same with every arm bar, every choke, every technique in jiu-jitsu that involves power of your hips applies to kettlebell training.
Absolutely.
So
Thank you
if there's
so
any of
much.
those,
yeah. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate you, love you, sending you love, peace, and sending you healing energies for anybody who's suffering in the world today. And I hope that you find some peace in your day. We will see you bright and early Monday morning, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, for another inspiration, motivation, kettlebell workout. And have a fantastic weekend. Bye, everybody.